eye at a time. He cleans the eye, the lid, and the lashes with antiseptic, and administers anesthetic drops to freeze the eye and lid. He opens the lid wide with a speculum, then rinses the eye with a saline solution. Everything's frozen so the patient doesn't feel a thing. Next, antibiotic drops to prevent infection. Before every operation, the surgeon tests the equipment. He fires the laser on a metal plate to test its energy level. The surgeon administers a few more anesthetic drops. Then inspects the microkeratome, the device he'll use to lift a very thin layer from the outer surface of the eye. He also measures the patient's cornea using an ultrasonic instrument. The cornea must be a minimum thickness for it to be safely reshaped. The surgeon uses the speculum again to prop the lid open. Then he begins the operation. He marks the eye with sterile ink, reference marks he'll use later. Next, he positions a metal ring around the cornea. The ring is attached to a suction pump so it clings to the eye. Like holding a tomato steady while you slice it, it holds the eye steady while the surgeon cuts the tissue. The surgeon lubricates the eye with sterile water, then mops up the excess water with a small absorbent sponge. Then he takes the microkeratome and slips it into the grooves in the metal suction ring. In a matter of seconds, the device moves across the eye, cutting open a flap of tissue, the same way a carpenter's plane shaves a layer of wood. The surgeon uses a sterile sponge ring to keep tears from contaminating the cornea. He folds back the flap of tissue, exposing the cornea. He mops up the excess liquid. Then starts up the laser. Meanwhile, a tiny sponge keeps the flap moist. The laser, an invisible light, fires in pulses 50 pulses per second. Each pulse vaporizes an area of corneal tissue 100 thousandths of an inch thick. The laser